Welcome to the Rec Room Podcast. My members gonna get in here and we gonna get it going. I'm gonna load this music. AG,
Hello.
what's good?
In here.
All right, it wasn't trying to let me load my music at first, but I think we good. Yeah. Where the rest of the members? All right, we got Trey. Trey usually not there.
Yeah. Hey, look, man. Hey, look, bro.
Anytime you say, hey, look, man.
Hey, look, bro.
We was waiting for you, man.
We in here, baby. We in this thing.
Cash money, boy.
Let's rock.
What's
Man.
good with you?
Bro, it's still blazing out here, man. It's like it's hot at night. It's still blazing. What's up with the air quality? What's up with the air quality?
Canada.
I know, bro.
Is it still Canada?
It's Canada, bro. It's gonna be Canada for a while.
It's gonna be Canada for a while. I gotta check and see if that shit is like still burning. You know what I mean?
I don't know. It does look crazy outside. I didn't really notice until yesterday. I was walking the dogs and I seen the joint.
Yeah,
and they've been
bro.
canceling practices and stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay. So, but seriously, are they still blaming Canada though?
Yeah,
I haven't even seen nothing.
Yeah,
I
still
ain't seen
Canada.
nothing, bro.
And they still
Like,
got beautiful air quality up in Canada right now. Montreal in particular.
I haven't
okay.
seen
Well, I
nothing,
mean, have you been there recently, AG? Because you be in Canada like every other week.
No, I haven't been
You
there
be
in
traveling,
2 years.
bro.
I think.
Oh, but you know, they put out a list, and Canada was number one with the poorest air quality. I just saw
Really?
that somebody posted that on Instagram. I can't even remember.
Man, they
I
got
did
lists
not-
for everything, don't they? They got lists for the best group.
Yo.
They do, bro.
The worst air quality.
Yo.
What the fuck is wrong?
Yo, but I mean, yeah, but then okay, cool. So then you got to figure out why is the air quality so bad in that area?
Right.
You know what
Right.
I mean?
Hello.
Yeah. So yeah. Who we got
Yes,
in the
sir.
studio?
Yo, this is
Okay.
Darius.
What
What's
up,
up,
kid?
Darius? What's good?
What's good?
Ain't nothing.
What up, Keller?
Chilling, man.
I don't know where T Streets at, man.
Man, yo, let me tell you something. If I gotta hear about this guy with his sound one more time, he stresses out.
Hey, you wanted to talk.
Hey,
Yeah,
listen,
right?
listen,
You got
man.
the
You only
ice.
got to talk to
You
me
got the
one
ice.
time.
For the drinks. Got the
First of
icy
all,
drink.
AG, I'm not gonna put your business in the street. Okay, I hear you washing dishes. I hear you outside mowing the
That
grass.
happened once.
That happened one
I was
time.
washing
I'm
dishes.
just-
One time. You only
Hey,
once.
hey.
Hey, Trey. Once.
Yeah.
I washed my
Once.
dishes once.
Just
once on the podcast.
once.
You watched it once.
Wait,
Bro,
T Streets,
bro,
let me
hey.
hit him.
And he be washing dishes like loud. You know what I mean? Like he be banging
man.
pots.
I mean,
You
how
know
do
what I
you
mean?
wash dishes? I mean, you
Bro.
all quiet on the dishes.
I wash dishes smooth,
You smooth with the rubber gloves? I see you with
Yeah,
the rubber
bro.
gloves in the palm malice.
bro. hey, Darius has a cleaning person that comes in and does this stuff for him. So,
Nothing wrong with that.
you know what I mean? He don't.
Beautiful thing.
I don't even know if he ever washed a dish in his life. You dig?
Here we go. We got T Streets in the building.
We in the house.
Yo.
Now we complete. What up, T?
All right, so I can start this music, man.
Let's rock. Let's get the thing going.
What's good? Welcome to the Rec Room Podcast. This is episode number 21, so we made it.
grown.
We made it
We
past
grown,
20, right?
We grown.
And the title of tonight's episode is Dream Chasers. And we're going to get into what it takes to chase your dream. And we got a special guest who I'm going to introduce in a few minutes. I go by the name of E1. We got T Streets. We got Trey Philando. We got AG.
Hello.
And then we got our special guest, Darius, tonight, man. We want to welcome you to the Rec Room.
Appreciate
bro.
y'all for having me. Appreciate y'all for having me. Thank you.
Live studio
You in the
audience.
house.
Yeah, man.
You in the house.
Yeah, man. So we going. He has a book coming out, which is phenomenal.
Absolutely.
And we're going to get into some questions and ask him about his journey. So this is going to be a dope part, man. But before we get into that, I know my guys are into sports, and the
Mhm.
latest thing that has happened in sports, or the sports that we've been paying attention to, is the NBA draft. Right,
Okay.
and so the NBA draft, I think it was like
Last Thursday.
last Thursday, and I'm gonna just name the first 10 picks because it's only really one or two people that they've really been talking about. So, the San Antonio Spurs had the first pick. I think that the NBA is rigged because I don't
Yeah.
understand how the Spurs got the first pick. And it just happens to be that they're going to pick up a foreign player like they did with
Tony Parker.
who else? Mono
Oh.
Ginobili,
Yeah.
the whole little crew. So they
That's
end
just
up
how
getting
Popovich goes, man.
right. So that's a
Popovich.
little
Damn.
weird to me. So the Spurs
Tony
got
Parker set that shit up.
somebody did, somebody did. So number one pick was Victor
Try.
Wembanyama.
There it is.
He's supposed to be. Hey,
Good
look,
job.
and he's supposed to be the next thing beside. He's supposed to be the next Jordan, basically the next LeBron, the next Kobe. They have him already predicted to be a Hall of Famer. He's like
Wow.
7 feet something. He's real slim, but he can shoot. He can pass. Everything. He's supposed to be the next, the next big player, a next generational player. We will see. The Hornets draft at number 2. They draft Brandon Miller from Alabama. The Blazers draft Scoot Henderson from the G League. Now, a lot of players go to the G League to kind of get their game up,
Scoot.
and they get drafted that way. So Scoot Henderson, they saying that he's gonna be really good too. I
Scoot
seen
gonna
highlights
be
of him.
Nice, bro.
Yeah,
Yep.
he seemed like
I believe
he
that.
pretty good.
Mhm.
Yep.
Number 4, the Rockets draft Amen Thompson. The Pistons draft Azor Thompson. The Magic draft
His twin
Anthony
brother.
Black. Now,
His
look,
twin
I don't
brother.
know. A lot of these players, I'm going to keep it real. I don't even really keep up with college like I used to, so I don't even know a lot of these players. I know like the first 3, but after
Right.
that, I don't. Number 7
think
is
T-
Bilal. Go ahead. T
T
probably know.
T's excellent with college, man. So after you run down the top 10, T.
Yeah, he
kinda
can
Shit
sheds
like
kinda,
some light.
college
yeah.
football.
Yeah.
Like break it down.
And where am I at? Oh, Pacers got Bilal, Coulibaly. The Wizards draft
I'm sure that's
Jarris
I'm
Walker.
Sure, I'm sure
who
that's
was
not
traded.
how it's. I'm sure
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
not how
I don't think it go like that. Hey, look, I was just gonna say the first name. I said I'm gonna give it a shot. So the Wizards draft Jarris Walker. He was traded to the Pacers, and the Jazz were number 9. They draft Taylor Hendricks, and then at number 10, the Mavericks draft Cason Wallace. I don't know none of them. T, you know any of these guys other than the first 3?
No, I don't watch college basketball anymore.
Oh.
He
Oh, wow,
he
okay.
watched college football. But let me break this down to you guys real quick. The NBA is going to become the AAU. Period.
What you mean by that?
It meaning that the rise of how Giannis was drafted as a project. Giannis is just like these guys that are being drafted. That the number 4 and 5 pick, those are brothers. They didn't even go to college. They went to like a Darius, what do they call like those schools like where they go like off? It's like a camp. It's like a I'm trying to think of it, right? But it's not a
It's like
college.
a pro league kind of.
It's like a pro league, right? So because you have top 10 college players that were in the tournament in the Final Four. Some of these guys didn't even get drafted, but they drafted the guys off the athleticism. Like I was saying, on the 4 and 5 pick, those guys have no offensive game. They are raw. They are from that pro league, and even the coach was like, he said that the elephant in the room was that their offensive game still has to develop. So what's going on is you want positionless players. You just want athletes, right? So that's like Wembanyama. This dude is 7'80". You talk about you trying to be a power forward. Get your big ass down there under the damn rim and stop shooting
he gonna
jump
be
shots.
shooting 3. That's what he gonna be
Bro,
doing.
you see what I'm saying?
Get manhandled.
That Mark Jackson was right, and I'm gonna stop. And Mark Jackson was right. Steph Curry has ruined the whole NBA. Everybody wants to shoot. It was Steph Curry. Steph Curry is the greatest shooter ever lived.
That's more of a European way of playing.
Steph, right? But
it was Steph though. I mean, he didn't ruin the league, but he's the one who got the players doing this though. That's for sure.
Right, but not saying like he did it like in a bad way because he's so great, but it's only one Steph. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So get your big tall ass under there and get a rebound. What you playing power?
He's done that.
Get your big 7'8" ass down there and grab a rebound.
He weighs 180 pounds.
Get
He's like
your 180
8'2".
Oh, but you know they said he said
just like
that,
Manu Bol.
He said, you know, people been
bless
commenting saying,
I love
like,
Manu Bol. That's my man.
Yep.
They've been saying that he needs to gain weight, and he told the reporters basically said that he doesn't have to gain weight, and the way his game is played, he's not going to have to put on any weight. He's not really worried about gaining weight.
Greg Popovich is not going to like that. He's not going to like that.
He's going to have a target on his back.
He said he don't even want to play center, bro. He said he don't want to play.
That's crazy.
Bro,
he's going to have a rough go at it. How are they calling him a Hall of Famer? He hasn't played an NBA game. You know what the problem is? They get so hyped.
Yeah,
so
because it's
hyped
about
up
money.
And say, "Oh, this is going to be the new wow." Listen,
I'm about to sound old. If
what
this was
happened
the
to
90s,
Zion?
If this was the
because
90s,
look, first of all, you got to stay healthy in this game, and that's the whole trick. That's the whole trick. The reason I think we do need to clap for LeBron is because he stayed healthy.
He's the GOAT.
He put the work in. He's for that generation. For the generation.
Darius said Jimmy. Darius said Jimmy is the GOAT.
Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy who?
Himmy.
Jimmy Bucket.
Himmy.
Jimmy Bucket.
Is the who?
Himmy Bucket from Miami.
Said he the GOAT. He said he the GOAT.
He the GOAT of having heart, but I don't think he the GOAT.
Yeah, nah, he's not. He's our generation. He's definitely
I love how everybody has their own representation of what GOAT means.
Greatest of all time.
He's the GOAT to have a heart. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta have a chip. You can't call
Pretty
yourself
much.
GOAT without
Pretty
wings.
much. Hey, yo, can somebody please get Dame Lillard off of the screen? Trade him. Listen, Vladimir Putin is putting together a Russian basketball team. Give him Dame Lillard. Give him Dame Lillard.
What's wrong with Dame?
Give him Dame.
Nothing.
Give him that damn James Harden. Give him the goddamn Kyrie.
He about to get traded too, though.
Give him Kawhi Leonard. Give him Kawhi. And whoever the center gonna be, give him a center. But yo, these what's up?
Hey, man, can I intervene real quick?
Yeah,
I want to say that Damian Lillard is going to be the next Carmelo Anthony. They want to get the money.
No title.
They want to get the money, and then they're going to get further down in their career, and they're going to win a title, and it's going to be too late.
I don't even know if he's going to win a title, though.
I think he's so much on this loyalty thing. I get it that you want to stand tall and be different than everybody, but at the end of the day, once you have the money and the accolades that he has, what else is there to do but to get a championship? Mm-hmm. And I got you. You don't want to join a super team, but it just seems like Portland is about to rebuild.
He should go to Miami.
So, I mean, I don't see.
He should talk to Pat Riley. He'll make it happen. Pat's a beast. He should
They said Pat was trying to call, and the Portland guy wasn't taking his phone call.
Look, Pat doesn't do well with nose.
I know Pat's my boss.
He doesn't do well with nose.
Yo,
he does not do well with nose. Oh,
listen.
He gets on that plane, bro.
Dame need to go over to Golden State. I'm gonna trade Clay for Dame. That's it.
Oh, that'd be crazy. Did y'all watch the BET Awards?
Yeah.
So I think it was dope.
Okay.
In my opinion, the BET Awards was dope. The performances, everybody did really well. Quavo, well, it's a group called Amigos. For those who don't know, it's one of the top 50 rap groups, and they had and one of their members, Takeoff, was killed some months ago. And it was said that the other two members were beefing, which is Offset and Quavo. And I don't know if that was real or if it wasn't, but they performed at the BET Awards, and it was dope to see because if they were, it was a good thing to see. Also,
that was dope. That was
Patti LaBelle did the tribute for Tina Turner. Now, when she was singing, she was saying that the teleprompter, she was reading the lyrics, so she didn't memorize the lyrics. I'm gonna give her a pass. She almost 80, so maybe she don't, maybe she don't really do the remembering lyrics. Mm-hmm. So she's performing, and I guess either the teleprompter is not showing her the correct words, or she can't see it. And while she's singing, she's saying, "Hey, I can't see the words," and people are basically saying she gave a terrible performance. She not tripping. She said, "I did my best, and I love Tina Turner, and basically y'all can kick rocks."
And she said, "I'm Patti LaBelle and you not."
Right.
And then she dropped the mic and walked the hell off the stage.
I'm kind of curious though, like for her to be 80 years old and still, reading a teleprompter. God bless, man. That's amazing.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
that font
people
must have been hella large. You know how the older people have the font on their cell phones? Can you
also,
imagine what that teleprompter looked
They
like?
also said that it was obstructed as far as like her, like people that, you know what I mean?
I believe
it could have been tripods, whatever. But also, I blame the person that even asked her to do it, because when you saw the verses, she was forgetting her own words on verses.
She was.
You see what I'm saying? But my thing is, I don't care. She fly. She 80. She Patti LaBelle. She can do whatever the hell she want. They should have got one of the young girls to do it. They should have Fantasia do it or something like that.
Well, so I get both. I get both perspectives. If you love Tina Turner and you looking for somebody to do the tribute
icon, of course,
and then they kind of mess it up, you could feel away. But it's not like she purposely did it. I mean, she's not going to accept the job and then screw it up on purpose. So
and she got the
I think she did her best. I mean, she almost 80.
The pies,
Yo,
what's up, T?
Listen, I hear all this bullshit y'all speaking. Fuck that, Patti, you're a legend.
The legend.
Don't come out here and mess up other legends' lyrics, especially one that just passed away.
Okay, but she had to get hired.
Trey, let me talk, because my mic fucked up.
Go ahead.
You talk, you're not going to hear me.
Go ahead.
Patti, you tried to do your thing. You fucked up. We give all the young artists grief when they fuck up a legend's lyrics. She's not I can't even think of the word. But she doesn't get a pass for the exempt. She's not exempt. She's not exempt with this. So fuck that, Patti. Bad.
Hey, whoa. Hold. Have you ever heard the song "You Are My Friend"? Have you ever heard her sing with Michael McDonald?
Hey T, your mic actually sound pretty decent.
His mic sound good, but no. Listen, we're talking about Patti LaBelle here. She can do whatever the hell she wants. They should have had somebody else. They should have had her singing or something like that. What are the new girls?
She's amazing.
Patti LaBelle, forget shit. She's 93 years old. AG said she's 93.
93.
I'm going to forget some shit. And she was still fly, though. She had the shoes on. She still looked good. Her hair was looking good.
So
Patti LaBelle went after that man, ate some damn chicken. She wasn't tripping over that. But I do get the fact that it was a tribute to Tina Turner, rest in peace, Tina Turner. But I just think that if you seen Patti having these issues with the words, I tell you who they should have got. Anita Baker. Let's go. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving, E.
Let's keep it moving because you gotta get started.
You should have got Anita Baker. Anita Baker wouldn't have forgot the words. Anita Baker wouldn't have forgot the words.
So I'm gonna read a little bit of the. I'm gonna read just a few of the winners. So best female R&B pop artist, SZA won that. Best male R&B pop artist, Usher and Chris Brown won. I guess they can win both, but both of them won. Best group, Drake and 21 Savage.
Drake cool, but I mean,
what'd you say? Best collaboration was Future, Drake and Tim's "Wait for You," which I totally agree with. That song is I think that's gonna be a timeless joint. Best female hip hop artist, Latto, she won that. Best male hip hop artist, Kendrick Lamar won that. I don't know how, but
I don't agree with that one. I don't
know how.
Everybody like
that. Okay,
I think the consensus, general consensus, like nah.
I listened to that joint. Nah, it should have been Nas, right? E?
According to y'all, according to
y'all, it should have been. It should have.
No, actually, he did. No. I'm playing. He did have a dope ass album, but I don't even know if he was nominated. Which
I don't think he was nominated. Was he? Was he?
I'm not sure.
Crazy to me, bro.
Video of the year is SZA Kill Bill.
Anything SZA's in is a win.
Video director of the year was Tiana Taylor. Best new artist was Coco Jones, and album of the year, of course, was Beyonce. And SZA. I guess they shared it. I don't know, but
I listened to the album, bro. It was dope.
No, SZA dope to me.
SZA is dope.
Beyonce.
If I was deaf, SZA would be dope.
Yeah, Beyonce be winning everything. I mean, I'm not hating. She dope and all that.
Beyonce,
but
listen,
that's popularity right there.
Shit.
We're not trying to get kicked off of Podbean, so we can't disrespect.
No disrespect, but god damn. I mean,
the Beehive come out.
I mean,
the Beehive. Listen, but check it out. But check it out, guys. Listen, I'm having marital problems. Okay, I know you guys didn't ask me that, but I have marital problems because I keep getting caught watching Sexy Red videos. She's a rapper.
Sexy Red, she weak as shit.
I keep getting caught watching Sexy Red, and I keep getting caught watching Ice Spice. By accident.
Okay, Ice Spice.
How you gonna
by accident? Bro, it's the algorithm.
I like
bro,
Ice
it's
Spice.
the algorithm. You know the phone stuff pop up, but it's just like, bro, Pound Town keeps popping up. You know what I mean? The ratchetry.
What you say? Did y'all hear about what Ice Spice got into or caused at the BET Awards?
Bro.
Because Lil Uzi Vert was talking with her, and then JT from the City Girls.
Bro, that's not even.
Man,
he should have came to the awards.
She's an industry plant, y'all. You heard it here first. Her and 6ix9ine are industry plants. Ice
Spice. Her little song sound.
Let me explain.
She got a couple joints.
Let me explain something to you. For her to come out of nowhere and blow up like that, she's signed somewhere. That's being worked. That record's being worked.
Of course, she signed to a major. Yeah.
Have you heard Pound Town? Have you heard the words of Pound Town?
Pound Town. I'm telling you. Hey, look.
I like the ratchetry. I discovered Megan Thee Stallion when Megan Thee Stallion 8 years ago was doing that. What? Hey, Darius. Speak on your people. All these people are 18 years old, just like you. Go ahead, bro.
Goodness gracious.
Hey, look, let me tell you something. The only reason Ice Spice is even recognized is because after her song came out, people saw what she looked like. Her look made her songs better, in my personal opinion.
I'm saying OnlyFans, man. That's good.
I mean,
man. She get a pass.
Yeah, just if you want to get your money that way.
Listen, Pound Town.
Did y'all
No, Trey. No.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You said Sexy Red.
She go hard. Hey, she go hard. Hey, Sukihana. Darius taking me with him to go see Sukihana. We're going to see Sukihana. We're going to see Sexy Red. You feel me? Megan too good for us. She can't do the ratchet.
To our women listeners, I'm so sorry. To hundreds of women, close to thousands of women's listeners, I am so sorry.
Darius said, bro.
I'm shaking my head for all
stop
of us.
acting like you ain't coming with us. I'm picking you up.
Nah, it's not Sexy Red. I mean, the song.
I
like the other ones, but no. I can't.
See, you like the other ones.
I like the other ones. Did y'all
coming out?
So y'all know that Chadwick Boseman is getting his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Do y'all care about that? Do y'all care about people getting stars on the Walk of Fame?
That's good.
It
would have been nicer when he was alive, though. I think it would have been
of course. But he probably would have got it if he was alive.
He would have got it eventually.
He was just young in the game, bro. But hell yeah, man! Like
what he did was crazy, man. Yep. He made 7 films while he had cancer.
That's crazy, dog.
Nobody
going to treatments, bro, and like getting wore down just by the treatments, and not telling anybody but who, just his girlfriend, right?
Yeah, man.
That's the only person that knew.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But y'all, man, came back though. What's your man from Creed 3?
Jonathan
Majors.
And he has proof, and I think he's saying he has proof that he didn't do what he was alleged. But Jonathan Majors is an actor, for those who don't know, and he allegedly put hands on a white female, and she reported it. But it's coming to surface that maybe that she made up the whole thing. And then people are talking about that. You know, guys get, in this day and age, you're guilty until proven innocent instead of the opposite.
Correct.
And so once this came out, everybody, he gets dropped from everything and all the deals and stuff that he has. And they're saying that if it's a man, it works different. But when these females lie, nothing happens to them. And I think the first time something happened to a female who lied was it Johnny Depp?
Amber Heard. Which was amazing. He had all the evidence in the world.
And so now they're trying to, have something happen to her. She might get arrested for lying. And I believe that. I mean, you can't just say somebody did something and they didn't do it, and it's proved that they didn't do it, and you just get to walk away, and it's just nothing.
Have you ever heard of a gentleman by the name of Christian Cooper?
I've heard the name.
I hope so. Christian Cooper, I don't know if y'all remember this. I don't know how long ago exactly it was, but Christian Cooper was a bird watcher. He was in Central Park, New York City. And he asked the lady, "Hey, lady, you have your dog off the leash. Can you put your dog on a leash?" Where it clearly says, "Don't have your dog on a leash." She didn't take kindly for the gentleman speaking to her in that fashion, which was polite. And she started saying, "I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that." And she called the police because she knew what that would do. Right? Why I bring up Christian Cooper? Correct. And she wasn't. And she clearly used that as a weapon. Right? She wanted something to happen to him, right? She clearly lied. And unless we had a video of the whole thing, we probably wouldn't be aware of it. Right? But clearly he was innocent. She was dealt with, and she's probably somewhere in another world, not giving a what about what's going on, because she's irrelevant. He has a National Geographic show on Disney Plus.
Wow.
Yeah. Like it's huge.
After this?
Right now. It just got released recently.
That's what I do.
It got recently, right? So, and that's because he had a video camera. If he didn't have that video camera, can you imagine what would have happened?
What happens to everybody? They go with whatever the female says. Not saying females don't get victimized. I'm not saying that. No. I'm just saying.
That's true. That's true. Hey, can I just say something real fast? Do y'all?
I thought you already did. You didn't ask me this. You doing it again? No.
No, I'm specifically talking to AG and T. Did y'all think that I was gonna? No. Watch this, E. Watch this. So y'all think I'm not gonna bring up the God, Busta Rhymes?
He's a great performer.
I forgot he did get
getting recognized at the BET Awards, Lifetime Achievement.
That's huge.
The guy that y'all drag from he's a hip hop great. But listen.
Quote someone. I'm sorry. What does a banging, like, very lyrical song sound like from Bust?
Listen.
Can you recite one? I'm not trying to sound like Jim Jones out here. But name one.
Oh,
just
don't
kick a couple bars. 1, 2, 3, ABC. Yeah.
Listen.
Yeah.
You wanna listen? You could take what you just said and just meditate on that and look at the Lifetime Achievement Award winner, Busta Rhymes, one of the gods. That's all I wanted to say.
That's all you wanted to say.
He's a great performer.
That's all I wanted to say. The guy been doing it for 30 years straight.
Yep.
Right? It's as far as hits, he's probably top 5, top 10 the last 35 years in this genre. And for you guys to minimize my man, luckily I was real quiet because I've been saying it since we had the hip hop episode argument. But anyway, you guys saw. Shout out to Busta Rhymes.
No, definitely. He's a great performer.
Busta Rhymes is amazing.
And he deserved that. He put in
kick a verse though.
Work,
what does a Busta Rhymes verse sound like exactly?
Listen,
say it. Rap his verse.
Listen.
Y'all don't think he got AG?
Rap his verse. Say it out loud. I promise you. Say it out loud like a normal human being.
And
you'll see how ridiculous it sounds.
But
he's a great performer. Great music.
That's a lot of people. It's a lot of artists.
Yeah, true.
You know what I mean?
I feel like all the rappers from the 80s sound just like that.
Those are the 80s. Oh shit!
No, not like you don't got cool rap out here.
Hey, y'all gotta know Darius. Hey, bro, Darius is 14. Who?
They did not know how to rap back then.
Did not know how to rap?
Hey, T, do you hear this man?
Just play a rap song from the 80s. You know
what
this.
Hey, he going in.
Follow the leader. Listen to Rakim Follow the Leader. Ill Street Blues by Cool G Rap.
Oh my goodness!
Have you heard of these artists before?
Hey, Darius, you was doing real good. You was doing real good.
Those artists were okay.
All right, that's it for the Rec Room podcast today. I'm one of your hosts, AG.
Hey, bro.
Yeah,
Hey,
cue
bro.
the music.
Hey, bro. He over there having a good time, bro. He got his drinks out. He got the honey packs falling out of his pocket. He over there real comfortable.
And he got the honey pack. He got the honey pack.
He got the honey packs on deck, bro. He's like, what time the show over? You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Don't go ahead and be disrespectful. We talked about this.
Hey, you know. Hey, you know, we could debate about that all day. But so you know, now there was a crazy story that came out. It was last week, right? So it was a lady at a. It looked like it was a carryout, and there was a guy, and she got in an argument with the guy. I don't know how the argument started, but the guy was punching her like a dude.
Wow.
Her son comes in with a gun and shoots the guy in the back. The guy runs out the store. They run out the store, and the 14-year-old shoots him again, and the guy passes away, right? Mm-hmm. And so when it first came out, they arrested the mom and they arrested the son. And, you know, people were like, you know, he defended his mom. That's what anybody would do. Mm-hmm. And they actually dropped the charges. Mm-hmm. And they dropped the charges because they're saying that they didn't really have enough evidence saying that, I guess, the 14-year-old was malicious in what he did. And also the gun was registered and it was a legal gun. And so they dropped the charges, and the consensus on social media is that that's what the guy got what he deserved. And so what I want to do real quick is just pose the question to you all, and you all put yourself in that position. You have a legal gun. You're in a restaurant. You got to try to think about being 14, which is going to take, I know for Trey, that's going to be hard to think back that far, but try to put your mind in the age of a 14-year-old.
And instead of the straight face too, man, with the way
gotta go back to the 80s.
The way he's sitting this.
And so if you see your mom, you know, if you see your mom getting hit by a grown man, I think for me, and I have a gun, my reaction probably gonna be the same thing. Mm-hmm. Do you guys think that the 14-year-old was right in what he did, or do you think that he should have handled it a different way?
What you think, T?
I don't blame the 14-year-old. I do blame his mother for okay, you shot the guy one time. Cool. I blame his mother for then inciting him to kill the man.
Okay.
So that's I mean, I get it. If I'm the kid, I kill him too, most likely. But I don't like the fact that his mom is encouraging the behavior.
Mm-hmm. I feel. What'd you say, Trey? Oh, go ahead, Darius.
So I mean, I think, you know, if I'm 14 years old, I'm going to shoot that guy, especially after seeing him physically abuse my mother. And these ain't some soft punches he throwing.
Exactly. He hitting her like exactly.
He trying to knock her out. So I mean, of course, I'm going to defend my mother. And to piggyback what T said, I feel like in the mom's defense, once you're in that situation and someone assaults you, you're going to want to one up that person. You want to kill that person. Yep. So I feel like if she had the gun on her, she would have killed him. Mm-hmm. So in order to protect herself, she told her son to finish the job. Mm-hmm. And honestly, if it was your mom or your grandma getting hit, they're going to tell you the same thing. They're going to tell you, beat his ass till you can't no more until he done. Like, they're going to want something. They're going to have to one up whatever happened to them. So that's just my point.
What you think,
Trey, what you think, Trey?
Bro,
hey, what you got to say, bro?
Let me tell you something real quick, right? So I get like triggered by like certain things, right? Like, you know, harm done to like little kids, and like, yo, I couldn't even finish watching the video when he was winding up to hit her. I had to turn it off because that, like, me growing up and being around abusive situations. I don't know if those two things connect, but I know as a 44-year-old black man, bro, I will spaz the fuck out on homeboy. I'm not gonna sit there. I'm not gonna stand there and watch him hit her. You see what I'm saying? So you had people that was walking out the joint, and guess what? I'm not gonna judge them. You feel what I'm saying? but you sitting there recording a grown ass woman get
Right.
hit by a grown ass
Right.
man, bro.
Right.
And
Right.
that and it's like us as voyeurs, we can, you know, we can say what we say, but we got to also think about that 14-year-old boy was out with his mother just to get some food. And what he already has to deal with in his own neighborhood in the streets of Chicago, where you got to ride around with that shit, right? And you just going to get something to eat. And then you see this crazy ass dude spazzing out on your mother. Like, bro, he has to deal with that, with counseling the rest of his life, probably.
Yeah, true.
With
Mhm.
therapy.
Yep.
How is he supposed to have a future, have a job? This is always going to be on the internet. Like, this is
Yep.
always going to be
Yep.
there. But as far as how do I feel about it, homie should have kept his goddamn hands to himself. Period.
Nah,
If
I
he didn't
feel
hit
you.
it, if he didn't touch that boy's mother, he would be, you know what I'm saying, walking around.
True. Well, y'all ready to
AG
get
ain't
into
answer.
tonight's topic? Okay, go ahead.
You
Go
know,
ahead,
AG,
AG.
what you think, brother?
I'll make it quick because you touched on a lot. You know, what did this woman do or say to this man that made him want to hurt her that bad? What exactly happened that is going to compel someone to say, you know what, I need to put hands on you in this way?
And
I think
he was saying it. He was announcing it.
But the way he put hands on her was
no,
Bruh.
but I know that's what I'm
fighting
saying.
to
Like, you
death.
can't.
Like,
If someone like the only time, you know, physical force is excusable is when you're defending yourself. And I don't think, you know, like, you can walk away from the situation, just hold the L. That's it. Like, if she says something disrespectful, just walk away. If she was completely wrong and you decided that you felt you were going to do right, you did wrong. And like you said, Trey, that young man did exactly what he was supposed to do, which was defend his mother. That's what happens. It's a fight. There are no rules in a fight. It's one of us is going to stop because the other one isn't moving anymore. Period. Point blank. Because that man was trying to knock her head off. I didn't see the video because similar to you, Trey, I can't watch stuff like that.
Bro,
But you know, the reality of it, it's wild, wild west out here. If y'all ain't noticed, there's going to be incidents where somebody's going to do or say something and they're no longer going to be here. That's what you're going to see on a daily basis. This is not going to be the isolated incident. It's going to be the norm, unfortunately, because it's already the norm. You hear about stuff like this all the time. Like the Uber driver getting shot in the back of his head because the lady thought she was being kidnapped to take her to Mexico.
And that's a regular route.
Going on all the time.
That's a regular route.
But I digress, man. It's sick. Either way you slice it is sick, and I hope that the family's okay and that the young man who did the right thing gets the support and help that he requires so he can live a very normal life, or as normal as he can.
And we'll leave it at that. That's a good that's a good way to look at it. We're gonna get into tonight's topic, and tonight's topic is dream chasers, man. And we have a guest, Darius, on here who's going to tell us just about he actually wrote a book, but he's going to talk about how he even got to the point of writing the book, which is a super big accomplishment, man. So we just got some questions for you, man. And T Streets, take it away.
All right. I guess the best place to start is at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us about your upbringing. What's the origin story of Darius, the author?
So growing up, born in Virginia, raised in PG County most of my life. You know, growing up with a single mom, and a father who, you know, gets in arguments and court battles and all that nonsense and drama that goes with that. My upbringing was pretty decent. You know, up until I want to say about high school. And once I got to high school, I kind of like really opened up my eyes to how my mom was and how my father was and the things I used to see that I couldn't really process at the time. You know, it started to get a little difficult in high school. I was playing football in high school, but never took grades serious. Because I really never had any structure at home, any real discipline. Graduated high school, got a football scholarship to the University of Charleston in West Virginia. that didn't work out. Tore my PCL and lateral meniscus, so I was done. Got kicked out of college for not making my grades. And then to, fast forward to there, to kind of like where I'm at now. Back in 2020, I never really, like to read and write and stuff like that. So, working at the job I'm at now, we have a lot of free time. And that's really where I began getting into books and reading. So, that's just a little origin, try to summarize it.
Okay, so came up, found out, learn on your own your issues between the parents and how you felt about the situation. Does
Mhm.
anybody have any questions about what he just said?
Yeah, my thing is, so what was it about books that drew you in, if it wasn't a passion of yours before football?
Um, so when I read my first book, I could just picture everything. Like the author wrote really well. So I could just picture everything that was happening. And like I just found myself, keep wanting to turn to the next page and the next page. And it got to the point
Okay.
where I have to finish this today. So, you know.
That's
So
dope.
you said you were reading a book a day. You expect me to believe that, or like,
Uh,
how are
all,
you reading a book a day?
all honesty, so one of my coworkers, she found out, I was really into reading, so she bought
Okay,
me a bunch of books.
got it.
So
That's
I
a nice
literally had
coworker.
yeah,
Yeah,
really nice
it
coworker,
is.
yeah.
Hey, you got to make sure you
Um,
shout them out in the
shout,
foreword or something
yeah,
like
yeah.
dedicating the book.
Shout out to Austin. If she listening, Austin.
So
She gave me a whole bag of books. So that's when I really started to read a book a day, and I did that for a little while. And then it got to the point where I had to start buying more books, and these books can get expensive. So my
yeah, they can.
reading
Yes,
once a
Hell
sir.
day,
yeah,
Yep.
cut back. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
hell
You
yeah.
ever heard of the Libby app? That's essentially you have the library, your local library,
yeah.
digitally. So you're able to check out books digitally. So if you're reading that much, you might want to look into that, and viewers and listeners as well. Great app, because I think we need to start reading more. So thank you for being on the show and letting us know
Appreciate you.
about Insensitive. And am I saying that correctly? The title of your book,
Yes,
Insensitive.
insensitive. Yes.
So how did you go from, like, you read these books, right? That obviously are
hmm
inspired.
hmm
How did you say, okay, you know what? The people need to hear this story. Why this story and why now?
This story right here, it was one that I had thought of back in 2020. At first, because I'm really into like urban fiction kind of books.
Okay.
I at first I just wanted to write about sex. I just want to have a
Okay.
book just about sex. So as I was
Okay,
writing, I was like, I wanted to be a little bit more meaningful. So I kind of switched the plot around because I already had the characters and all that. And then I kind of touched into like what happened to me and what I've been seeing around. So I based my book off of how parents affect their children's lives based
Right.
off the decisions they make. So I wanted to write a story around that and have my each character um, deal with different problems depending on the kind of parent they have.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I just wanted to have some meaning in my first book, and not only it be good and have a drama, plot twist, but
Hmm.
people can really think about each character.
So
Gotcha.
Darius,
That's dope.
did I had a question. So did you is writing something that you've always done? Like, were you writing as a child and then you just developed it and kept going, or is it something that you started doing out of the blue?
So growing up, I never liked to read. I never liked to write, like at all. Period.
Interesting.
It
that's
wasn't
dope.
until 2020 that I read my full book, my first full book through and through. That my first time ever. I
Which
hated
book was
reading.
that?
That book was called Slick by Brenda Hampton.
Okay.
Um, so yeah, it wasn't until I read that first book, and that's basically how that happened.
Well, how did you even go about getting, started? Because if you're getting ready to write, I mean, you just start doing it like a journal type thing, or did you get the characters first and then the storyline? Like, how'd you even start it?
So I started with characters. I wanted to have a good list of character names. And then once I got the names, I went into giving them background and figuring out how they're like connected and how I want to form my storyline. So after that, I just basically just sit down, I have my journal and I just write. I just start writing the story. Whatever comes to my mind, I just write down. And it really only takes me about, I want to say 30 minutes to come up with everything I want to happen in the book.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dope.
Is that normal? Now, I don't know too much about writing a book, but is that normal, like within that short amount of time?
No. It usually takes people weeks or months to figure out where they want to go with the book. A lot of people just, freelance write. They just write and then they edit. I'm a person that like writes and edits in my mind first.
Okay.
And I just come up with a whole plot and everything for my books.
So are all these characters fictitious, or are some of them based or loosely based on people that you know and their situations?
All my characters are random. It's nothing to do with personal life or anybody I know. They're all random, but I do use like the language I hear from like my friends or something or people I know to try to implement that in characters to make them different and give them personality. So I would say like I would probably use like somebody's speech for one of my characters.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So
yeah, I hear that's the hardest part of writing is the dialogue.
Yes.
From other writers, they might have like
conversation.
They'll have an idea of beginning, middle, and end, but just that conversation, it tends to be the hardest part.
Yes, because each character has their own personality, so you have to make the conversation realistic.
Right.
And unless you've been around a lot of people and know how different people talk and interact, you're not going to be able to do that.
That's dope. What you got, T?
I have a geeky question about your writing process. I deem myself as a writer. I write poetry. We have E. E's a writer. He's a rap extraordinaire.
Okay.
So I would like to know what's your writing process? Is it turn the lights off and get busy, grab your vice, whatever your vice of choice may be, and get started with your writing? Please explain.
First, when you say vice, do you mean alcohol?
Yes.
Because I was about to say that's an old thing to say, but anyway, right?
Wow.
Hey, bro.
And that's shots fired. Get the power. Get the sound effects.
Not gonna be too many of those old jokes.
Oh man, hilarious. So as far on a serious note, but as far as my writing process, first I would just sit down anywhere and I have my journal with me and I just write different stories that come to mind. I just write and I just start writing. Now I find like my creative space or silent space to actually write. So I just usually sit at the table. I play my jazz music in the background.
Okay.
Yeah, I listen to jazz. That.
Okay.
You gotta have mild.
Yeah. I got
that's some old guy stuff.
Midnight.
That's some old guy stuff now, Playboy.
Background.
Some of that Donald Byrd, some of that Mingus. You dig?
Yeah.
So I just have that playing in the background, and that really gives me a sense of calmness to where I can really tap into my mental and be able to start writing. So that's what I do now.
So once you wrote the book, so two things. How long did it take you in total to write it? And then after that, once you write it, you had to get somebody to edit it, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And so how long was the process from when you started writing the book to the full completion of it?
Okay, so I started writing the book back in 2020. It took me, I'll say a year and a half to actually finish the book.
Okay.
Wow.
And honestly, I would have been finished sooner if I wasn't writing other books and doing other stuff.
Oh,
That's
So
crazy.
yeah, I could have
Crazy.
finished way sooner. So after, just finished writing the book, it probably took me about 6 months to edit. So I was going to hire someone to edit it for me, but I got in contact with a couple people, and most of them charge 1 cent per word. So yeah, so my book is about 85,000 words. So I was like,
2,400.
it's not going to make sense for me to pay somebody all this money. I can just edit it myself. It's my work. I know what I put into it. I know what I wrote.
Wow.
Right.
So that's when I got into editing. So I probably edited my book, I probably say close to like 10 times.
Wow.
Yeah. So
When did you know it was done?
so I knew it was done. Once I printed out my manuscript, I read it, I edited that, and then reprinted it, read it again, because it's good to read stuff on paper rather than on a computer, because words start to look the same after a while, and they're gonna look how your mind is thinking them.
Wow.
So yeah, so got a second manuscript, started reading that, and honestly, after about like the 10th time of me editing, I felt like it was complete. Then it was to the point where I need to put this in an actual book and give it to people so they can be able to read, because they can see things that I can't see.
Exactly.
So yeah, so that's how I, edit my stuff myself and got to this point.
Okay, I have a question. During the let's say 3 years now, for you preparing the book and you're gearing up for the release come July 1st, correct?
Yes, July 1st.
Okay, what's your longest period of time since you started where you experienced writer's block, or have you at all?
Ooh, yes. I'll say the longest time I had writer's block was probably about, I'll probably say like 3 or 4 months.
Wow.
And it was partly because I didn't know what I wanted to write. I'd probably say about 5%, honestly. Because when I sit down and start typing, I'm good. So I'll say it's about 5% of me not knowing what to write, and 95% of me letting outside stuff distract me on my goal.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that I would contribute that to my writer's block. Not being able to put enough time in to actually finish the product.
And you mentioned your process before, as far as isolating yourself, having the jazz in the background. What other things are you doing to keep away from distractions? Because obviously that's the biggest hurdle that you're facing.
Yes. So I just try to limit any kind of drama that can possibly come in my life. And I just try to stay positive and happy and excited about the product that I'm about to get put out, because as you all know, a lot of Black men deal with depression, and sometimes I get points in my life where I'm unhappy about it, the littlest thing, and it can just put me in this depressed state of mood. So I try to, way away from that, and think positive and happy about the stuff I have going on in my life.
Yeah. So it's a black. He's a writer. His name is James Hanahan, and you what you're saying is what he kind of spoke about when he talked about the things that we have to block out to hear your own voice as a writer, like you locking in, right? And so with people that are trying to get to that deep work, like getting into that deep work, right? Like what you do naturally, people pay other people to try to show them how to do that, right?
Right.
Like you getting into that deep work process. Like a person like me, it loosely comes, but I'll have to go read about it. I literally read a book called Deep Work, right? Where
Hmm.
I have to understand how people could get into a process that you can get into naturally. So
Right.
when you feel that you're in those depressed states and you can identify it,
Hmm.
what is your response time? How long do you stay there, and what do you do to get yourself out to get back into your writing process mode?
So when I'm dealing with stuff like that, it's best for me to do things that I know make me happy. So that's why I'm in semi-pro football. That's why I've been playing football, because when I'm on the
Mhm.
football field, it helps me, you know, clear my mind. It's where I feel happiest at,
Got it.
and where I can really express the feelings that I, feel like I can't express all of the
Okay.
time.
Okay.
So, you know, and I just to and how long does it last? Before, when I really didn't know how to handle it, it was weeks.
Okay.
Like I would be in a funk. But now I can pretty much give myself a couple days and I'm restarted. I'm good to go.
Okay. That's good.
So I just try to, once I try to recognize the trigger
Mm.
as
There you
soon as
go.
possible, and then be able to attack it and deal with it.
Actively
Did you know
and
you were going
positively.
Yeah.
through it when you were going through it? Like, did you know when you were in that zone or in that depressed state? Did you recognize it, or did it take some time
Um,
to recognize? Like, wow, hold on, something is not right.
yeah. So I pretty much recognize it as soon as it happens, because I'm a very, joyful person,
Okay,
always smiling and always happy. Um, and when I feel myself not feeling that way, I know that, this depression is coming on, basically. Like
gotcha,
it's about to happen.
Okay.
gotcha.
That's dope.
Wow, man, thank you for
That's
sharing. Because
dope.
I
You
don't
could
think a
Hmm.
lot of us,
identify it.
when we go through that, we just feel like something's off, but we don't put a name to it. So, I can
Hmm.
see why you chose writing, because you have to be self-aware. You have
Right.
to know what's going on inside and how it translates to outside. So,
Right.
that's heavy.
Yeah, I would say
Um,
to start something and to finish it, to some, if I mean, that's an amazing feat. There's a lot of
yeah.
people who talk about wanting to do things in life.
Hmm.
Yep.
There's a lot of people who start doing things in life, but there's not many people that complete things. And for you to actually start the process of writing a book and
Hmm.
actually finishing it, that says a lot about you. And
Appreciate it.
and that means that you have a gift, and an actual calling. And
Absolutely.
Hmm.
so if you wrote one book, I know you can write two, three, four. So I
Exactly.
know
He
it's
started
more
on top. You
Yep.
coming.
heard him, right?
Telling
He
you.
said he had other books.
Yeah,
There's
my next one will be out at the end of the year. So
Hey,
look at that, back to back. Look,
crushing it.
yeah.
you're like DMX dropping 2 albums in one year, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
To
Got
I
a
don't
to
think
to
he
question?
knows.
piggy bank
I don't think he knows who DMX is. But go ahead.
Oh, wow.
to
Yeah, another
to
old head reference,
piggy
right?
bank. Oh yeah,
Hey,
okay.
question
But
for you,
DMX is
Darius.
fire. DMX is fire.
Why insatiable? Why the title and when you?
Insensitive.
I'm sorry, insensitive.
It's
My
not a
bad.
Prince song. The
Oh,
Prince
my
song is
goodness.
insatiable.
My bad.
His book is
You good?
insensitive.
Okay, so what made you name it insensitive?
So at first I just wanted the title to be um capturing to the eye. Like when you read it, I
Yep.
want you to like be able to grab it. Like you have to have that connection.
Okay.
So I wrote down a few names, didn't work out. So I pretty much just sat and just thought about it. It took me
Right.
about 30-45 minutes, and I was like, I wanted to be called insensitive, because at the time that's how I felt the emotion in my book and what my
Yeah.
characters were portraying.
Okay,
So,
Wow.
got it.
so I was like, insensitive would be a great name. But I was like, I want it still to be different. So And sensitive is spelled INSEN.
Yep.
So I figured my book has a lot of deceit, drama, affairs, all that. So I just thought of the word sin. Let me just change the E to I.
Yep.
And
That's
I just
clever.
thought, like, yes. And once I wrote it down, I said, yes, this is the one. I just had that feeling.
So you got the book, you wrote it all together. How'd you get into the business of publishing?
Shouts out to my mentor, Blunt, Sandra Blunt.
Superstar. That's Captain Marvel,
yes.
by the way. That's Captain Marvel.
She just told me about her process of how she published her first book.
Okay.
So she put me onto Amazon, and how they have this site called KDP, where it takes you step by step of how to publish a book, step by step. So yes, once I got on there, it really didn't take long for me to, actually get it published.
Yeah, because I think that's the hardest part of the book writing process, as well as that now that you have a product, how do you get it out there? And the publishing piece tends to be the hard, because you have to go through, some people want to go the traditional route, right? They go into the regular, publishing houses, and then you have to work with agents, and then they start scrutinizing your book, which is like your baby, right? That's your child.
Right.
Last you want is someone that is just looking at it from the business standpoint and say, oh, you need to add this, you need to subtract this. So I think self-publishing makes the most sense. How, besides going on this outstanding podcast named The Rec Room, how are you promoting?
Shout out to y'all.
Hey, thank you. How can we help promote? Yeah.
Hey, AJ, hold on 1 second, because the question that you just asked the young man was about the publishing, correct?
Yep.
Let me just break down a real quick number, and then you just finish that.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
It says within the book publishing industry, it is agreed that the odds of an author getting their work published stands between 1% and 2%.
Wow.
Despite this low number, more than 95% of manuscripts received by publishers and agents are below the level of standard required. So think about all of the people who write.
Right.
Millions of people, right?
Yep.
Between 1% and 2% actually get their work published. So that's a testament to what Darius has done.
Absolutely.
Go ahead, AJ.
That's why I brought that up, because to write the book is a challenge within itself, but to actually have it come out, to have a release, that is, on top of the fact that it took you a year and a half to write this, the amount of time and effort that it takes to publish it and get it out and market it, that within itself is work.
Right. Yes.
To edit it yourself is dope.
I mean, that's crazy. What was it, like 8,400 that they were coming back at if it's 1 cent? I think, if my math is not wrong.
84, bro.
That's why, self-made, self-contained ownership is the way, because every time that book is sold, you get X amount, which is amazing. And you're getting a lion's share. And everybody knows on this podcast, we stress ownership. We stress exclusivity. So like, what are you doing? How can we help get the word out? And what are you doing to get the word out for the book?
So I right now I'm throwing my book release party. It's going to be July 1st at Five Sisters Restaurant and Lounge in Laurel, Maryland. From 7 to 9. I just been putting the word out on just my social media. So I created I already have an Instagram, but I created a new Instagram for my author account.
And what's that?
My IG is Darius the Author, at Darius the Author. And I just had a lot of my friends, just follow me, reshared my post about my book flyer. So I just been mainly on social medias. I do have a couple of things in the works. Actually, May, you'll notice at my job, in July, I should be having a book signing there.
Nice.
At my job.
There you go. That's dope.
Yeah, so I was talking to some people about that. And then I plan on, being at a lot of these pop-ups or vendor fairs and, you know, going out there and just selling my books in person.
That's beautiful.
Absolutely.
Yep, that's how you hustle it, bro.
Yep.
And let me just add to that real quick, just for some substance for the listeners. Just what the percentage of the population that are writers, right? So it says the percentage of the U.S. population that are writers is 0.03%.
Good night.
So you're in that percentile, but that's not even talking about self-editing. You see what I'm saying?
Which is crazy.
So that's a gift. That's just one of your gifts. That's just one of your gifts that's in your tool bag, bro, that you just pulled out and you just executed it. Right? So I wanted to add that. T, what you got, T?
I want to bring it back. Let's take it back, if you don't mind me, get a little personal. Tell us about some of your meaningful, intimate relationships, or they don't have to be meaningful, but tell us about your journey with your love life.
Whoa.
Yeah, wow.
So,
8
I guess
baby mamas.
Hey.
I only got 7. So like,
Whoa,
but
okay.
Good man.
My bad.
Spread the love. Man has a lot of love to give. That's all.
Yeah, man.
So, I've really only been in 2 serious relationships in my life. I'm in one right now as we speak. Shout out to my girlfriend Monet if you're listening. You know,
hey.
So we've been together for 5 years, going on 6th anniversary, July 20th.
Nice.
So,
married. It's a marriage.
So, you know, before that, I was with my daughter's mother. We were together for a couple years out of high school. And, you know, that's it.
You sound kind of, your voice tone changed.
You hear how he said mother? You hear how he said that?
Baby mother.
Hey.
What's the deal behind that?
Things just didn't work out. You know, as far as like cheating wise and stuff like that. So
watch out.
You know, so we broke up when my daughter was about 6 months old.
Okay.
So, and my daughter's about to turn 10. So, yeah, thank you. So, you know, that just situation didn't work out, and of course, you got the baby mama drama after. You know, you break up, and it was just a lot for a couple of years with that. So,
well, let me ask you something, Darius. Now that you're saying that, so do you think, in the future, do you think that you will tell like, what I would say, books based on life events, or you want to stick with the, the stories where the characters in that, they may not be real characters? Do you think you would ever go into telling real stories, or that's not really your lane?
So I feel like right now, starting off, I think I'll stick with my fictional stories. But, you know, later on in life, later on, you know, years down the line, I wouldn't mind writing something that's based off my life and what I've been through, because I have a very interesting story to tell. So, and I feel like a lot of people can relate to the things that I've been through. So, you know, I want to rule it out.
So with that, what were your struggles, man? Like after you got out of that relationship, and because we have a lot of young men who listen to this show who do have dreams, who do have goals, but the relationship probably with their child or their children's mother does not work out. What would you say? How can you speak to some of the struggles that you had, and as being a single father, and how you made a positive impact out of them?
That's a good question.
So, I would say to kind of, for the guys to recover out of a relationship with your child's mother, I would just say, think about not only your future, but the future you want to have with your child, because no matter what, you know, about 98% of the time, if I'm correct, the child's going to go with the mom. So I would just, 98% of the time, if my math is correct.
Wow.
And I did a little research on here before I came up here because I listened to y'all before. Y'all do y'all research. So
Absolutely.
I got a little facts. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely. Absolutely.
so I would say, just think about your future, and I feel like always put your child first,
Yep.
and no matter what decisions or how you're feeling, put the child first. Think about what the child may need and how it would affect them. So I would say that would be the best way to get out of that situation. And what was your next question?
Basically, but yeah, no, you answered it great. Just not how are you not allowing that to stop you, and plus, as far as you lightly touched on your parental situation with your own parents. Is that something that you actively deal with now, or is that a big part of your life, and does that affect your process going forward as a professional writer?
So to that situation doesn't affect me at all like it used to around the time when like it first happened.
Okay.
I've just become way more mature and way more responsible and level headed. So I just know how to deal with that situation. And like I said before, I deal with it best because I know my daughter loves me. So I don't want
There
to
you go.
do anything to tarnish, what she sees in me in her eyes. So I always think about her no matter what. So that situation cannot affect me. So um and I would say as far as my parents go, um I just think that when the situations first happened, um it did affect me real mentally, of course. But now that I've kind of moved on from those relationships, and you know, I came to realize that I'm good in life. I'm happy. I'm a good person.
That's dope.
I just feel
Right.
like they're missing out on a good son.
Wow.
You know, so I really just started to like believing in myself, and um, you know, just trying to make myself happy based on my situations.
So Darius, I got one last question for you, right? And on the
Hmm.
pod, we try to, we always try to give advice and on something super positive. So, the episode is titled Dream Chasers.
Hmm.
And I just know a lot of people that have dreams and they scared to chase them, or they don't have the opportunity, or they don't
Hmm.
make time. So to see somebody young, youthful, who's chasing their dream, do you have any advice to anybody else that has dreams but just don't know how to go about chasing them? Do you have any advice for any other youth?
Yeah, yes, I have some advice, and I just want to hit y'all with a little statistic real quick, if I can.
Do your
Um,
thing.
Please.
so according to the Wealth Research Group, back in 2016, um, they reported that 98% of people will die without fulfilling their dreams.
Wow.
98% of people. So I would
Wow.
say that to people who have a dream, even if it's small, I would say just push yourself to achieve it. Give yourself a timeline. Write down goals to try to achieve it. Um, just anything. And I would say, no matter how ridiculous you think your dream may be, how outrageous and it could never happen, I would say to start. Just start. Don't doubt yourself. Just start. And then once you start, finish. It's really simple. Once you start, finish.
Execute that thing.
Execute. Yes.
It's
So
dope.
just finish and achieve your goal, because you're gonna have a lot of dreams in life and goals.
Mm. See if I will come right back.
Yeah.
Okay. His phone probably dropped a little bit. Okay.
Yeah. It's all good.
Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Yeah, my bad. My daughter was calling me. My bad.
No worries.
You
No
good.
worries. That's important.
Hey, she said, "Daddy."
You heard the
She
pod.
said, "Daddy, wrap it up." She said, "Wrap it up."
She heard the
man.
pod. She heard the pod.
So, but no, to continue what I was saying, I would just say, start with your little goals. Finish your little goals first, and then work on the big ones. Because when you work on your little goals, you're gonna come up with certain habits that you're gonna need for your ultimate goal. So my little habits that I had were reading, and then once I read again to process and really become professional. And then I started writing, and I started writing more professional. So just work on little goals, and your little goals will help you achieve the big goal. And my big goal was completing my book, Insensitive, coming out Amazon July 1st.
Oh, yeah. And what's the Instagram one more time? What's the Instagram one more time?
Instagram is Darius the Author. Darius the Author.
Bet. All right, Trey, take it away with who in the building.
Bruh. Hey, first of all, bro, you crushed that. You crushed that out.
Appreciate you.
All right, Playboy. This who we got, bro. They be killing me with these 17-letter names, but it's all good. It's all good. We about to get it in. All right, so we have EMPJREDX in the studio. Okay, we got Pretty Reds in the studio. I think I know who that is. You know what I'm saying? we got QCX JUGIC in the studio with us. We got NYVYITNB in the studio. We got Dope. We got Dope in the studio. That's one name.
I like
Dope.
that.
You dig?
Dope.
We got TDGT. HGCA. Hey, y'all gotta put y'all real names. Y'all stop playing games.
We got a lot of people, man. We got a lot of people, man.
We got a lot of people, man. We got QCX JUGIC. I see you. We got Grace Woman MA in the studio with us. Grace Woman MA. We got who else we got in here? We got Nicole Mayfield in the studio with us.
Shout out.
We got Laguna. We got
That's
Laguna
a cool
in here.
name.
We got a packed show. We in here.
Well, that's what's up, man.
Okay.
I like to thank Darius for joining us, man. Super dope.
Appreciate you for having me, really. Appreciate you,
bro.
This is the 21st episode, and as I always say, you can catch the episodes on anywhere that pods are available. Please check out our YouTube page, The Rec Room Pod. Subscribe to the YouTube page. We will be shooting the episodes in person really soon. It's like every time I cross a hurdle, another one comes. But that just means something great is about to come about.
Yeah,
and so just looking forward to that. And thank you again, Darius. And
appreciate you. Hopefully y'all have me back one day.
Absolutely.
For sure, man. For sure.
Hey, Darius.
Hey, T, now all of a sudden your mic is super loud, bro.
That's crazy.
Hey.
It must be a short. Maybe I got a short.
Like you super loud and clear now, bro. But go ahead.
But Darius, can you give us your age, please?
I am 28 years old.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Close to 30. I thought you talking like you 19 or something, man. You almost 30 too.
Don't say that.
But that's what's up, man. And we catch y'all the next time.
Peace.
All right, appreciate you.
Peace.